The classic Korean table is set with rice, soup, kimchi, and an array of banchan. Side dishes, known as banchan, help to stimulate the appetite and provide nutritional balance. There are hundreds of different side dishes made by simmering, seasoning, grilling, stir-frying, or braising meat, fish, and vegetables. Let's find out more about Korea's unique banchan culture. Banchan refers to small dishes of food that are served on the side. These side dishes become complete when they make a balance with bap, or rice. The Korean table is largely divided into bap and banchan. The right combination of side dishes is essential to a good meal. In Korean cuisine, each part of a meal has a distinctive role. Bap is the staple food, made with rice, and the banchan is complementary. Complementary, but essential.
Plain rice doesn't have any seasoning, so you need to have side dishes. It's served with a variety of side dishes, from grilled to steamed and seasoned. These dishes provide different nutrients, making the meal more balanced and wholesome.
This is the way to Jeonju, a city with an appetite for finer things. Thanks to its fertile land, Jeonju has always offered the best and the most in food. In 2012, Jeonju followed Popayan, Colombia, Chengdu, China, and Östersund, Sweden to be named a City of Gastronomy by UNESCO. It's a title that honors Jeonju's exquisite side dishes. A table is set with banchan made with specialty products of Jeonju.
This is a lot of food. Or more accurately, this is a lot of banchan. Banchan means side dish, but it's more than just like a simple side salad, as you can clearly see. And this isn't an unusual amount of food for the right amount of people. So banchan, it can be something extravagant, as you can clearly see, or it can be something simple, just some seasonal namu or some kimchi. In fact, in the past, the banchan that was set at the royal table was said to be a reflection of the state of the people. And even today, there's the saying, you are what you eat, and who you are kind of is reflected in the banchan.
The surasang, or the royal table, was set for kings from the 14th through 19th centuries. On the table were dishes made with only the best ingredients selected from around the country. In effect, the surasang reflected the everyday life of their people. When there was a bad harvest, kings would also reduce the number of their side dishes. In this way, Korean life was embodied in banchan. A close look at the Korean table reveals that the only items provided separately are bap, spoon and chopsticks, and soup. All other side dishes are shared from the same bowls.
Since long ago, Korean meals have been ritualistic events. The dining table was where parents would give advice and children learn from their parents. Mealtime was the starting point for sharing and bonding with one another.
The Korean meal has a horizontal structure where the pop and side dishes are served all at once and shared by everyone sitting at the table. Side dishes, which are prepared in advance and served together, are cooked in ways that befit the ingredients.
To make banchan in Korea, there are 5 main methods. There's simmering, there's heavily seasoning, and then you have sautéing or stir-frying, grilling, and steaming. Now, to figure out which banchan you're going to make, you first start with the ingredients, and then you figure out which method makes the most sense for it. For example, you have something like jorim, which is simmering down in a soy sauce and other seasonings, and it's popular to use with meat, fish, and vegetables.
To make jorim, food is simmered until it has almost no liquid. Until the 1700s, simmered foods did not have specific names or recipes and were passed down orally. It was only in the 1800s that specific names and recipes were developed, like mackerel jorim and jangjorim made with beef strips. Fish jorim is particularly popular because it's a tantalizing balance of salty and spicy. Fish with reddish flesh or a strong odor, like mackerel and cutlass fish, are best when simmered down in soy sauce mixed with red pepper paste or red pepper powder. Mouth-watering mackerel jorim is complete. Simmered side dishes are best made with hard vegetables like potatoes, radish, lotus roots, and burdock. An excellent source of protein: beans. Korea's most basic and long-enjoyed side dish is made with beans. It's called kongjorim. Black or yellow beans are boiled, seasoned with soy sauce, and simmered.
So what I've just made are kongjorim, or boiled beans, and they're salty and they're sweet, and it's that salt, sugar, and the heat that helps it to keep in the fridge for a long time. And to make jorim, the key is in the seasoning and the heat. But sometimes the seasoning is not just about milligrams or milliliters. Sometimes it's about somla.
Korean land is shaped by mountains and fields, so vegetables are easy to come by. This is why vegetable side dishes have been around for so many years. One type is namul, which is typically prepared by seasoning vegetables, greens, and any edible parts of plants. Sometimes the vegetables are seasoned raw, as in the case of spring cabbage and water parsley. Other vegetables, like bean sprouts and mung bean sprouts, are lightly blanched in water. Vegetables that have been dried and stored for a year are soaked, softened, then seasoned. Seasoned vegetables are best when made with seasonal produce and all natural spices. In Korea, the most faithful instrument for measuring seasonings is the sonmat. It's like an instinct or a know-how, fostered over time and experience.
See? No measurement required. It's all in kunmat. And these sorts of namu muchim, these vegetable muchim, they're easy. They're everyday side dishes, everyday banchan. And another everyday banchan is the 볶음 banchan, or the stir-fried side dish.
Stir-fried anchovies and sliced squid can be stored for a long time because they are made with dry ingredients. Stir-frying is another common cooking method in Korea. Clean squid is dried and torn into strips, then stir-fried. The sauce, made with red pepper paste and starch syrup, gives a sweet, spicy taste. With anchovies, they are stir-fried first, then seasoned with starch syrup or soy sauce. They are often mixed with nuts like pine nuts and peanuts. A simple table is set with freshly made stir-fried banchan. Another culinary technique is grilling. This is common for fish and meat. Fish are usually slit and salted before they are grilled. The golden brown grilled mackerel is a steady favorite among Koreans. Grilled short ribs made with beef or pork are considered a delicacy. The ribs are marinated for about a day before they are grilled over a charcoal fire. Add some banchan on the side, and you have a great meal for special occasions.
Okay, so we have 4 of the 5 preparations right here. We have 조림, 무침, 볶음, and 구이. The last one is 찜, which is steaming or braising, which is when you take meat, fish, or vegetables, you season them assertively, and then you braise them or you steam them in a flavorful stock.
찜 banchan is made by braising or steaming seasoned ingredients. The taste of beef galbijjim made with short ribs has always gone undisputed in Korea. First, the sauce is made by boiling soy sauce, sesame oil, and garlic. Then the short ribs are chopped and braised in the boiled sauce to bring out the flavor. This is a dish with a long history in Korea. Historical texts show that Koreans were already making beef galbijjim in the 18th century. In the 20th century, braised short ribs became both a popular side dish and a food to go with drinks. It was a comfort food for the Korean populace. The more luxurious form that we get now was developed by high-end restaurants in the mid-20th century.
So we've taken a look at the 5 most popular methods of producing banchan. You have 구이, 무침, 볶음, 조림, and jim. Now, jim is an interesting one, in particular galbi-jim, because it was always considered a luxury food, and now it's much more of a household dish. So it just goes to show how banchan culture has kept in step with the rest of Korean culture.
Some side dishes are nicknamed bap thieves.
짭짤하니 고소하니 맛있어요.
정말 밥이 순식간에 없어지는 것 같아요.
One example is ganjang-gaejang, or raw crabs marinated in soy sauce. Rice mixed with crab meat and soy sauce requires no other banchan. It's so delicious that the rice disappears instantly, hence the nickname. This choice food was even served to the kings in the past. It was so delicious that a 12th century writer once said that the search for the elixir that would bring immortality was over. The gaejang would suffice. Ganjang-gaejang is still popular today. What is the secret behind its prolonged success? The swimming crabs used in gaejang are usually female crabs caught along Korea's western coast. The meat is soft, and the crabs are full of roe. The crabs are cleaned, then marinated for 2 or 3 days in soy sauce that has been boiled with kelp. It can be stored for a long time if the sauce is changed 2 or 3 times.
So this is ganjang-gaejang, and this is the famous Korean bap thief. It's called that because it really brings out the flavor of the rice, and the rice really brings out the flavor of the crab and the soy sauce. And you have different varieties of gaejang as well. You have gaejang, which is made from swimming crab, and then you have a sweet and spicy version that's made with gochujang as well. Now, another famous soy sauce-based Korean banchan is jangjorim, which is made from beef.
Beef jangjorim, made by simmering beef strips in soy sauce, is another side dish that has a long storage life. It's a salty, savory dish that commonly appears on the Korean table. Beef with little fat is boiled in hot water, then torn into small pieces. Soy sauce is boiled with ginger and garlic. Then the beef is added. After boiling at high heat, the heat is turned down to a simmer. Some like to add chili peppers. From the 15th to 19th centuries, jangjorim was a delicacy fit even for the king. Also, because it doesn't spoil easily, it was packed for past scholars who had to make long journeys to the capital to take civil service examinations. It could be carried for hundreds of kilometers and not get spoiled. Now, jangjorim is a common banchan, best enjoyed with plain white rice. Grilled seaweed also has a long history in Korean cuisine. It was in fact part of the queen's dowry in the 5th century BC. It went without a specific name until 1640, when it took the name gim. The story goes that the king was so impressed by the taste of what looked like black paper. He asked about the name of the dish, but was told that it did not have a name and had been brought in by a man named Kim Yo-ik. And so the dish was named after the bearer's surname. To make gim, dry seaweed is coated with oil and sprinkled with salt, then grilled. It's almost a regular dish on the Korean table.
김은 들기름에다 해서 하는 게 제일 맛있어요. 하는 거는 조금씩밖에 못 하니까 모자라.
The gim crumbles easily, so it's a good idea to cut it while it is still in the paper bag.
If you look back in history and see exactly what the first banchan was, it's made with none other than the egg. Koreans started raising chickens around 2nd century BC, and eggs are common banchan even to this day because they're versatile, they're cheap, they're simple, and they're flat out delicious. And so this brings me to mind, banchan in general. Today we have such a wide variety, and sometimes get banchan with a very rarefied air to them.
New kinds of side dishes can be made by combining 2 or more of the 5 major preparation methods, or by fusing traditional cooking methods with the new. Dry side dishes are made with ingredients like seaweed and kelp. Dokgal is made by preserving seafood in salt. Jangaji is made by pickling vegetables in soy sauce, salt, soybean paste, or red pepper paste. The possibilities are endless. To make a single side dish, its ingredients, flavor, texture, and nutritional value are all taken into consideration. Banchan is evolving and becoming more specialized. In recent years, stores specializing in side dishes have sprung up around the country. Some even make deliveries.
It's convenient to have handmade side dishes delivered to your doorstep. They always come fresh. Our customers are very satisfied.
Custom-made side dishes delivered to the door is a new trend in Korean cuisine. The culinary and food culture of a nation is bound to reflect the country's history and lifestyle. In Korea, food is prepared with dedication and care, then shared with everyone at the table. Complementing rice on the table are the side dishes, which have come to shape the culture of Korean cuisine.
The thing about food is that food alone does not a cuisine make, and Hansik is more than just about what you eat. It's about the stories, the people, the history, the culture, this thing we call jeong in Korean, which is the spirit of hospitality, that warmth you find at the Korean table, that spirit that kind of binds us all. So I want to thank you all for watching. My name is Matthew Chung. And this has been Tales of Hansik.
Koreans eat banchan to eat well. Made with all types of ingredients, from meat and fish to vegetables, banchan brings nutritional balance and a lively array of choices to the table. All the dishes are laid on the table and eaten with others. It's Korea's age-old culture of sharing embodied in food.